Hi, my name is George Bergen. 30 years ago, I decided to get into the fab industry, and I was the very first employee to work at Unifab. Unifab had aggressive goals. It appeared that every 2 years, we just got double the size. About 2000, we decided to move into Leamington, where most of our employees were living. And it was shortly after that that I decided to go into a partnership with one of the original owners, and we started up UE Enclosures. We were in the area, in Kingsville area, in this building that you see on here. And we made a pact to each other that we would never grow again. We would stay at this size. But as the DNA was in us to continue to grow, it wasn't long, about 2 to 3 years later, we again built the building as large as we could. At that point, we could no longer grow, we were landlocked, and yet our customer base was growing and growing and growing. So we decided to purchase some land, and we just started adding another 30,000 square foot building. We tried to operate out of the 2 buildings with shipping in between, and that didn't work very well, so we soon decided to build a second building next to it. And we've said that, now we were more than, double the size. We were nearing 70,000 square feet, and this would surely be enough. We started working out of these 2 buildings side by each and found out again that we were running out of room. And so we decided to expand and connect the 2 buildings. And so that we now operate in over 70,000 square feet with over 80 employees in this operation. And so I'd like to give you a little tour of how we operate here at UE Enclosures. At UE, as in most companies, it starts with sales. Both of our sales reps have over 25 years experience here at UE Enclosures. They are responsible to put every operation that each job will require down to the minute, as well as every material that will be required at each department. When the PO arrives, our personnel will enter the PO. Not only will the PO be entered to make sure that we can handle the job, we have an internal system called Flow. Within Flow, it will tell us exactly what operations we can or can't handle it. If the system stays green or blue, that means we have the right capacity to handle the job. If it turns red, it goes to our scheduling department to see if we can handle this job. So within minutes of entering an order, we feel very confident whether we can or can't handle the job, and we will notify our customers immediately. After the orders have been released and purchasing has begun, it goes up to our project management. Our project management team, again, comes with a very diversified experience on the floor. Their role is not only to get all the information from a customer, but they also look at it with the eye of how can we design cost out of this product. With their many years of experience, they collaboratively work with all of us from top management down to the floor on the best current practices on how to release the job to the floor. After approval, they would then release this job down to the floor. Another item that they've been working hard on in the last several years is to become more paperless on the floor. So this team has come up with creative ways on how to bring electronic files down from the laser to the press to machining, PEMing, and saw that would give them the opportunity to see the electric files instead of bringing so many papers on the floor. For some of our larger jobs, we can literally reduce up to 100 pages of paper that no longer need to go on the floor. We've also been practicing many years of lean, mean manufacturing. And so as we go on the floor, everything was intentionally designed and organized so that right from the very back of our shop, the material comes in, it is color coded, it is put in the racks based on how quickly or how often it gets used. And we also have a load and unload system in the back that allows us to put up to 100,000 pounds of steel into 20 different racks, allowing this load and unload system to run lights out. It is one of the few items that we can run 24/7 or as needed. We also have the CNC punch in the very back. It is also one of the first operations, but also one of the loudest operations. So we intentionally put it in the back of the shop to reduce some of the noise on the floor. After the material is prepped, we take it into our presses. In the presses as well, they have their control system, but they also have the digital system to show every bending sheet. We have very few employees today that would be able to bend everything based on the original supply drawings by a customer. But based on the work on the project management team, they now just see the bending sheets and the key dimensions that they are accountable for. Within the press operators, as you can see, we handle a lot of heavy metal. And so we were the very first organization in Canada to bring in a folding machine. This folding machine allows us to bend materials up and down without the employee having to pick it up. It also opened the doors on how to redesign and design cost out of products. For instance, boxes can now be bent on all 4 sides, so there's less fitting and welding and grinding, making it more accurate and a better product in the end. We also have PEM presses. We have metric and standard, aluminum, stainless, and regular steel. Gives us the opportunity to reduce a lot of welding. We're about one of the only operations in our community that have these PEM studs. And so initially we bought one machine thinking we were ahead of the curve. And soon as our customers found out what we were able to do, it wasn't long that we needed to get a second machine. And as you can see, we're already up to a third machine, just trying to keep up with the demand and keeping the product looking better and cleaner and with less distortion. And we have two CNC machining centers here as well. We don't do a lot of machining, but as you can tell, a lot of our cabinets do have a structural base in there as well. So we have the ability to be able to machine the product as needed internally. And that is all in our prep department. Once the prep is ready, we get it ready and tag it, and now it is ready for welding. As you can see in welding, we are very intentional about keeping the air clean. So one of our largest customers is also one of our vendors with us as well. We have this air cleaning system, as you can see up on the roof. Air blows out of the right and gets sucked in the left, and outside of our building there are two large units with just mainly filters in it. So every 8 minutes or less the air is recycled in our shop, keeping the air as clean as you can see right now. So even in the middle of the winter with all the doors shut, this is how clear and clean the shop is. Again, we believe if we provide a clean environment for our employees, that we're going to get higher quality and more commitment from our employees. This is just one of many operations that we have to make sure our employees have a great place to work. As we get to the end of the welding department, you can see we have one of our quality departments there. We have a lot of in-process inspections as per our ISO standards, but at this stage we believe it's very important that we do 100% inspection of all our product coming from welding and or prep. And another initiative we did is to make sure that the powder department would never have to look at the folders or drawings, that this quality department will identify each product, exactly what color, what millage, and what process it needs to go through, whether it's going to go through the auto line or batch line. And as you can see, this is where we had the expansion, and this is where we connected it, allowing us to get more volume of work in plant 2 as well. So on the auto line, we only need 3 to 4 employees to run this line, and we can handle product 4 feet tall, about 3 feet wide, and up to 10 feet long. On this auto line, it has a 5-stage washing system, a dry-off oven. It has the opportunity to have a sprayed-away system or the primer, infrared, and then it has the auto guns that can put the powder on automatically without human interaction. It also has the powder reclaim system. With the reclaim system, we can save up to 40-45% of that wasted product, meaning that you will use a lot less powder if we can design your product to go on our auto line. This whole process to go through from hanging to unloading takes approximately 2 hours, again with 3 to 4 people, making it a much more cost-effective on labor and on materials. However, if the product is too large, we're going to walk over to the batch line. We also have one of the larger batch lines in our community. We can handle product up to 14 feet tall, 12 to 13 feet wide, and 24 feet long. This operation takes 5 to 6 employees, and it takes 3 to 4 hours to process. However, it's still a very efficient, time-structured system, and it does a wonderful job of powder coating the larger items that we have. Over here to the right, we also have our foam in gasket machine. Within this machine, it allows us to put a one-piece gasket on any product that has NEMA 3R or Type 4 outdoor applications. Again, no seaming on the gasket, making sure that it will last much longer on the outside. In the assembly, you'll see there's multiple departments. We have 2 exit doors because our product is so large, even though we have manufactured and designed a lot of the product to be small, but by the time it is assembled, you'll see how large the product is. As we go into the other departments, you'll see there's a lot of different product in here. Again, our staff is cross-trained to handle a lot of product, but we like to keep them in the same area as much as possible, just so that the efficiencies continue to grow. And after the assembly portion is complete, we have the packing and shipping department here. Again, we've tried to come up with as many tools that we find are applicable, from the scales to the wrapping machine, as well as load and unload docks, many different ways of skids, just to make sure that we get our products safely to our customers. When we started 30 years ago, we were lucky to have 1 or 2 trucks go out a week. Today, it is not uncommon that we'll have 4 or 5 trucks leave every single day. And that's where we have just really grown. Our product has grown into a much bigger physical size as we become into a competition with more of a global market. However, we still feel that we've been able to pivot, grow, and meet the needs that our customers have. We like to refer to ourselves as a solutions partner. We feel that because we're in the custom enclosure world, it is often expected and almost demanded that we come up with different solutions for all the different needs that our customers have. So we thrive in that world to be able to provide solutions in the custom world. We pride ourselves on creating a culture of unity, working together to achieve these possible solutions that will just make both of our companies grow. And we're looking forward to growing with you. So UE Enclosures invites you to come and visit live and see this for yourself. I think you will be impressed when you meet our staff as well. Thank you again for taking this virtual tour with us.